Can anything good come from your girlfriend's kidnapping you on your 17th birthday? Let's find out. Roll the music. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Butterscotch Rewatch. Today we are going over the movie Jawbreaker from 1999.
Mhm.
This movie stars our queen Rose McGowan as Courtney Shane, Rebecca Gayheart as Julie Freeman, Julie Benz as Marcy Fox, aka Foxy, and Judy Greer as Fern Mayo, Pam Greer, no relation obviously, as Detective Vera Cruz, Carol Kane as Miss Sherwood, and then we've got a couple little extra kind of
Yeah,
cameos
like
that will
little
go,
cameos.
yeah, that will go through in a little bit, kind of after we do the podcast. So, all right, so let's get started. We start off with a voiceover explaining the four most popular girls in the high school, and they are the Flawless Four. And this is when we get the hallway strut, the famous hallway
Yeah.
strut scene. The voice is explaining the Flawless Four. You got Courtney, who is the head bitch in charge. She is Satan in heels. You've got Marcy Fox, a legend in her own mind, and she goes by Foxy. And then Julie, doomed to be popular because of that face and because she is best friends with Liz.
Mhm.
And then we have Liz. Liz Purr is her name, and everyone loves her. Not because she's pretty, popular, smart, rich, but she's also very sweet.
Mhm.
She's the Princess Di of Reagan High. Courtney ruled with fear, and Liz ruled with kindness. That's the explanation of the four
Yeah,
girls.
that's the rundown. And we see
Hmm.
like Liz also like during this scene, Liz kind of helping a girl that just dropped all of her folders and her books on the floor. And like all of the other girls, like even Rebecca Gayheart and them are literally stepping over the folders and papers, and Liz is the only one that stops. So you can definitely tell that she is like the saint of the group.
Yeah.
So we cut to Liz waking up and she's being kidnapped on her 17th birthday by the other three girls. But Liz doesn't know that because they're in the like sugar and spice masks. Like, I don't even know how to
Exactly.
explain that. Like the baby
Exactly.
masks or whatever.
Mhm.
And then obviously, like, they're wearing like all black to cover everything else. And a jawbreaker, like this huge jawbreaker, is shoved in her mouth. And then they put duct tape over her mouth. And then they obviously hog tie her. And then they put her in the trunk of the car.
Because who doesn't like that on their 17th
Yeah,
birthday?
that's a scary like that's like a wake up. That's a scary alarm.
Right. Yeah. And so that's when we see who the three girls are. They take their masks off, and they're like, yeah, woo! They're in the convertible. And they're like, we're gonna stuff her pretty little face with pancakes. And then I think Courtney says we're gonna tie her to a flagpole in her bra and underwear and just let people just
Yeah.
make fun of her all day, which I don't think they'd make fun of her.
No, they're probably like, yes, you did us a service because she's gorgeous, of course.
Yeah, so they pull into the pancake house, and I believe it's Courtney that has a Polaroid
Hmm.
camera, and they're like, "Okay, open the trunk," and they're like, "One, two, three," and then she says, "Smile," and Courtney takes a picture, and then she drops the camera,
Hmm.
and we see that Liz had choked on the Jawbreaker. It's literally like this big
Lodged in
ball in
her
her throat. It's
throat.
so
Mhm.
gross. Yeah, it's so gross, and they're all like, "Oh my God!" Like
Yeah.
what the hell? We just killed our best friend.
Yeah. Obviously, they didn't mean to. Like, clearly, that is the premise of the thing. And then this is when the opening credits start, when they show the like creation of a jawbreaker. Like, they actually show the whole like conveyor belt process of making a jawbreaker. And of course, Veruca Salt is playing in the background, Volcano Girls.
Okay,
It's such a
girls,
great
yes.
song. Um, and now, after that little montage, the girls are now freaking out. They're trying to figure out, well, what the hell are we supposed to do? We need to tell somebody what the hell is going on. And Julie is like one of the ones that pretty much have a heart. The other
Mhm.
two, I don't think, like Marcy, I don't think she means bad. She's just a super bad follower, and she only follows
Yes.
Courtney around.
Courtney.
Courtney is obviously like, obviously she's
Literally
head
the head
in
bitch
charge.
in charge.
Yeah, but she is cruel, has no heart
Mhm.
or soul or anything. So Julie, of course, is like, oh my God, we need to tell somebody. We need to
Yeah.
call the police. Like, obviously, it was an accident. And Courtney is literally like, girl, I am not letting this stupid little prank ruin my life. Um, Even though she's literally the one that stuffed the jawbreaker down her throat because the other two girls did
Mhm.
not agree to the jawbreaker.
Right. Yeah. And so Courtney's got like an idea. The other girls are just kind of, I think they're so in shock that they're just going along with what Courtney
Hmm.
has in her mind. And so she calls in sick as Liz's mom to Miss Sherwood. She says, "Oh, she has a terrible, this poor thing's been throwing up all night and has this terrible fever, blah, 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 blah."
Hmm.
So that's taken care of at least for the day. And they're like, "We need to go to school just like any normal day." So this is where we get again the strut scene with
Hmm.
Q, Yoo-hoo, which is
So
such a great song for the strut. I loved the song. Like I was like, I need to download this song from LimeWire or something back in the day.
yeah, Napster was really on this song
Yeah,
here.
yeah. My Gen Xers know LimeWire for sure.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
great song. I just absolutely love that song. So they're just literally just strutting like there's nothing wrong.
Mhm.
And the girls go into the restroom, and this is where they're going to talk. So they look for everybody in the restroom. They're like, out, 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 out. Everybody gets out. Fern's, the girl Fern, who was the one that dropped the papers in the beginning, she's in a stall. She's getting out. She goes to wash her hands. And Foxy's like, no, 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 no. There's a water fountain. Go, 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 go.
Whoever this poor girl Fern Mayo's parents are, I feel so bad for her because like she had no chance. No chance being named Fern Mayo. They literally nickname her Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Yeah, they're like, ew, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
um, and so Miss Sherwood comes into the restroom. She tells the girls to move along. And then she also tells Courtney to cover her bosoms. That's what she says. Because
Hmm.
this is a school, not a brothel, and she literally buttons her shirt.
Yeah.
Like like, okay.
Every time
Thanks.
I look at her, I just think of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. So
Mhm.
I can't even take her seriously in this role because she just reminds me of the Nutsy girl
Yeah.
on
Carol
Unbreakable.
Kane is amazing. She was also in what's the Bill Murray one? Scrooged. She was
Oh,
Scrooge.
that's a
She
good
was
movie too.
the one of the ghosts. I think it was the
Okay.
ghost of past, I believe.
Hmm.
I don't know. But yes, Kimmy Schmidt's probably her most famous one. Um, so each of the girls, they're basically sitting through class, and each classroom like subject has
Yeah.
something to do with like the murder or something. So,
Yeah, like some tragedy or like just something that would remind them of like holy shit that just this just happened this morning. Like in Julie's class, she's in English, and of course they're talking about Shakespeare, but not only just Shakespeare, but tragic Shakespeare characters that reach a bad demise and all of this stuff. Courtney is going through a female anatomy class, and doesn't she get like the? Oh no, Foxy's the one that gets the fertilized egg because it's like blood red when it comes out.
yeah.
Because Marcy's in cooking class, and then they're learning how to crack an egg, and of course her egg is like bright red because it's a fertilized egg, and of course the
Yeah.
goth girl is literally like, "Oh, cool! Like you got this,"
You
so
got a
like touching it.
stillborn. That's what she
Yeah,
says, and
and
she pokes
Marcy's
it with her
literally like gonna
nail.
puke,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. They really exaggerate the groups.
they do. Like
Like
the
the goth.
goth group is
Mhm.
like incredibly like they all have like 20 facial piercings and all have dyed hair and all have like only wearing black and leather. Like that is not how the goth group like is. Maybe some, but like from coming from experience, like from a high school and college level, they do not all look like that. And
No.
like the burnouts are
No.
like really the burnouts like they're like it's like the Pitch Perfect group where they're like just like looking up in the air and start singing
Right.
random songs.
Yeah, basic, yes. Very, yeah,
Uh,
very exaggerated. So they're at lunch, and Courtney comes up with a plan to put Liz back into her room and make it look like she was into like really kinky stuff, but it went too far and she choked on a jawbreaker. So she's basically gonna make it look like she was assaulted.
Mm.
Um, you know, and Julie tells her that the police will never believe it, but Courtney tells her though they will because it's their worst nightmare. Elizabeth Purr, the very picture of teenage perfection, obliterated by perversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
She thought about this a lot.
yeah, yeah, she's basically, like let's play on their worst fear, and she's
Mhm.
right. I mean, who doesn't, when you're in that kind of town, a rich town, it's like, of course
Yeah,
they're gonna
'cause
believe that
she
scumbag
had
broke in.
everything. Like her family has money, she's stunning, like she's got straight A's, all these things. So,
Yeah.
and of course, when Courtney first called out as her mom, called her out and said like, "Oh, like please just have a friend bring her homework." And it was originally assigned for Courtney to bring home the homework. And of course, she's always late. She doesn't remember because they're coming up with this plan and all that jazz.
Hmm.
And of course, Fern Mayo wanders in the office. Because is she the principal? Like the lady
Miss
from
Sherwood is the
yeah,
principal,
Miss
yes.
Sherwood. So,
Yeah.
so Fern walks into Miss Sherwood's office and is just asking her about the botany club and if she's gonna attend the botany club. And
Like, yeah.
like she's just so shy and she's like she constantly touches her hair and like she's like maybe eating her hair a little bit.
Mhm.
Like she's definitely like super, super shy, nerdy girl. And Miss Sherwood's like, you know what? Courtney actually forgot to bring a Liz Purr's homework. Do you know Liz Purr? Like she's a senior. And of course, Fern's eyes light up when Liz's name is brought up and she's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, you mean Meow?" Like, girl, who no one's calling her Meow because she's the cat's
That's
Meow. Like
her. Yes,
that part
it's
was a little
cute.
scary because I get really bad secondhand embarrassment. And I was just watching this, I'm like, the cat's
Very
Meow.
obsessed.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Very
But like
obsessed.
that just shows the type of worship that is being brought into this high school just with those four girls. So of course Firm is like, oh my God, I would literally be honored to bring her homework. So
Mhm.
she is now on the way over to Liz's house.
Yep. And we cut to Liz's house and we see the three girls carrying Liz's body upstairs, back upstairs. They've got high heels on and like these tiny skirts, and their little feet are like, and they're
Yeah,
like
they're literally, it looks
trying.
like they're like tiptoeing through, like they're
Yes.
pitter-pattering through.
Yes. And they throw her like in the bed and they basically drop her.
Hmm.
And because it's like, they're like, oh, she's heavy. And we have, dead bodies heavy, regardless of how much you weigh. And
Yeah.
yeah, so um, yeah, this actually happened. This was a real thing that happened in
Mhm.
production. They actually did drop her
Yeah, and
on
they
accident.
didn't plan it.
No.
And
And she just went along with it. The actress went along with it. And she was like, yeah, that looks good.
it literally said in IMDb because I was looking at stuff because I was like, I was just curious. And it was like she was very cool about it.
Yeah,
At the
she
end,
was
I was
very
like, I
cool
kind
being
of like
dropped. Yes.
that.
Yes. Yeah. And then so Courtney and Foxy are trying to like pose the body. They've got gloves on, to make it match their narrative of that she was, into stuff and attacked. And Julie's just like reminiscing because Liz was her best friend. She only was in the group because of Liz. She's not really a fan of Courtney or
Yeah.
Foxy, Marcy. And she's just looking at pictures, and then she finds a card, like a birthday card that you can record your voice on. So it's the four of them, and when she opens it up, it literally says, it's Liz's voice, and it says, "What are you doing to me?" And everyone was like, "What the hell?" Like, like scream basically because they're like, "Holy shit!" Because
Yeah.
they're literally doing stuff to her, and she's like, "What are you doing to me?" And it keeps playing, "What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me?" Let's cut back to Fern. What's Fern up to?
So Fern is at the door, and before she even rings the doorbell, she's literally like fixing her hair, and she's like, hi, Liz. Like, I know you don't know me, but I know you. Like, she's literally rehearsing what she's about to say. It just seems like she has waited her entire life to have a conversation with one of these popular girls. And she's literally like obsessing over what she's going to say. So as she's going to like knock on the door or what's it called? Ring the doorbell.
Mhm.
This is when Foxy, it cuts back to Foxy and Courtney like moving her around, and Foxy moves Liz's face and it looks right at her, and she jumps back and screams because she says that she's staring at her. And of course, Courtney's a bitch, and she's like, well, her eyes are wide open. She's got to look somewhere. Like, girl, no, she literally just looked right into my soul. And Fern hears this, and she's like, oh, there's something going on. So now she's not just going to try to enter the front house, she's going to the back, and she sees the door wide open. So now she's heading into the house.
Yep. Courtney grabs the card away from Julie, who says she can't deal with this anymore. Courtney says, as she's holding the card, I killed Liz. I killed the teen dream. Deal with it. And that's what she says. And Courtney and Julie fight about what they're going to do. Because, of course, Julie's like, just call the cops. It was an accident. Like, just do, and, Courtney's like, no, no, we'll get away with this. I'm not having my life uprooted because of this. Because I murdered a friend.
Yeah, it's like it's like Liz was nothing.
Right,
Crazy.
exactly. Like this thing over here. Julie opens the door to leave, and Fern is standing there. Oh, shoot. Fern
Yeah.
better
So
run.
now Courtney's trying to cover her ass because she's like, oh, this freaking bitch.
Mhm.
So Courtney is just trying to see, like, oh, did you hear us talk? Did you hear something? Do you know something? Like, she's trying to get it out of her. Maybe she heard her say that she killed her or something like that.
Mhm.
And Julie is literally standing up for Fern this whole time. She's telling Courtney to back off. She's telling her leave her alone. Like, Fern, you don't have to answer that. And Courtney's being, again, a major bitch. And she's like, oh, well, she's a grown adult. She can answer for herself. She's her own person, blah, blah, blah. Like, still trying to get it out of her. And
Mhm.
then you see some of them shift over, and Fern makes eye contact with Liz's dead body. And then she screams bloody murder and runs down the stairs.
Yeah, and Courtney's like, go get her, Marcy.
Yeah,
But she,
sticker.
like,
And then
like a
they're like
dog.
in their heels.
And she does catch up to Fern because apparently
Yeah.
Fern can't run.
Yeah. No. Girl's got her like sensible loafers on and she still
Yeah.
can't outrun these stiletto heels.
She's literally dressed like Teen Witch in the beginning with the brown skirt
Oh
with the
my
loafers
God.
and like the shirt. That's
That's so
basically
true. Yeah, it's bad.
yeah. So this is where Fern's life could change. Instead of Courtney's not, they're not going to kill another person.
No. That's too
No.
much.
And they know Fern is the person who tells. She's basically like, and you look like a person that tells. So let
Yeah.
me give you the offer of a lifetime. We're going to make you popular. We're going to make you one of us. So Fern's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. And she's like, no, this is like an opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah. Liz is gone. We need somebody to take her place. It's gonna be you, basically. She's giving her the you can be the new Liz per.
Hmm. As long as you never tell, you can be the new Liz, basically. So
Mhm.
goodbye to Fern and hello, Violet. Good old Violet.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of shows like a almost like a Frankenstein makeover. It's got like Liz's dead body like hooked up to like the stuff,
Yeah,
and
like
then
you have like the
Violet.
morgue kind of thing, and it seems like they're like transferring her beauty and her like popularity almost over to
Yeah.
Fern, but now Violet. I don't know if that really makes sense, but that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, that's I think that's what they were going for, kind of like a Frankenstein taking giving life from death, but
Hmm.
popularity from a death to like you're
Right.
gonna be the new Liz, so you will have all of her, you know, traits. So
Yeah.
that's what yeah. And then Q yet again. I can never get sick of the song.
Imperial
Q,
Teen really just hit the
yes.
jackpot when they created this song.
Which remind me to tell you about the video. I watched the video. I've got
Oh,
words for
did
this
you?
video.
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay,
Hopefully at the end
perfect.
I remember this.
Because wasn't
Um,
this song made for this movie? Or no?
Probably. I I have no
Because
idea.
like the only time you like when you look it up on Spotify or anything, Jawbreaker is the actual like it literally
Hmm.
says like from Jawbreaker thing. Like it's on the image instead of like an album image, if that makes sense.
It might be. I didn't really look
They did
into
a
that.
great job.
They
They
did.
cooked on that, so that's
Yeah.
okay.
And I will say the music video does have Rose McGowan in it. It's pretty wacky, but
That's
there's
okay.
other things. Yeah, so we'll hopefully remind me to get back to that because I will forget.
Okay.
Because I am old and I will forget why I walked into a
ADHD.
room. Yeah. So yep. So now we've got the strut music again, and it kind of like each of the girls comes down. It's like Courtney, Foxy, Julie's not in it, right? It's just the
No.
three. Yeah,
No,
Julie,
she's
because
removed herself from the situation now.
yeah, Julie's done. So it's the three of them. So it's kind of
Mhm.
like Courtney, Foxy, and then here comes Fern, aka Violet.
Mhm.
That is her new name because a fern is a plant. Nobody likes plants.
Everybody
Violet,
wants to be a
flower.
flower.
Yes, everybody wants to be a flower.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And you're gonna see Julie slowly like leave the group, disassociate with this group, slowly fade from the group, and deeper into her depression and guilt is going to start setting in. So her character went from being super popular to feeling guilt, where Courtney and Foxy could give two shits.
Yeah,
They're
they're
like,
still thriving like they were before.
yeah. And so then it shows Liz's parents coming home, and then they open Liz's door. And as they open it, you could see her for a flash, and they see a flash, and then all the police are in there, doing the evidence and everything like that, taking evidence. And then it just cuts right back to school. Back to school, Courtney and Foxy are telling Violet the rules of being popular. And Courtney says, I made you, and I'm a god. That is all you need to know. Now they notice that Julie is sitting with the body art rejects.
I know, I don't understand it.
Did you have a
They
group of
really are
body
pushing
art
this.
rejects?
No, but I promise you, everybody I knew in high school had a nose ring or a nose piercing. So I don't know. I had like 11 piercings in my ears, but I wasn't
Yeah.
considered a body art reject.
Yeah. I,
Um,
yeah.
I don't know. They were really, again, they were really pushing. Like every single group was the extremes of the extremes. Like it was crazy
Ridiculous.
in
Yeah.
this movie. Um,
So they notice that she's sitting here with the body art rejects and they laugh at her.
mhm.
Courtney says, it's a beautiful thing, Mars, to make someone fall so far, so fast. And then Julie walks over and compliments Fern, and she tells Courtney the news that Liz's parents came home and she thinks they should tell someone. And of course, Courtney's like, tells her she made sure that there's nothing to tell.
Mhm.
So then she tells Julie one word and she's fucking over. And she's like, they all saw Julie kill Liz. That's what she tells Julie. We all saw you kill her. Uh, and she has Fern and Foxy on her side, of course. And who are they going to believe?
Yeah.
One word, and you perish.
She's so cool. Like, that's just really aggressive, and she's a sociopath, so it's
He is
fine.
a sociopath. 100%.
Yeah. But now, of course, they're the three of them now. Violet, Marcy, and Courtney are sitting at a table, and Violet does one of the worst things that she could possibly do as a popular person and bring out a brown paper bag lunch. And I honestly, this is the one time I really genuinely laughed with Courtney. It's because Courtney's like, tuna fish much? Because who's bringing tuna salad to lunch in high school without an ice pack? Or anything
Right.
like that. It's not the tuna. Like the tuna doesn't bother me. I get that. I know people like tuna and it's really easy to make. But without like an ice bag or a compress or something, like that to me is disgusting. So I get it. No wonder it smells because it's just been sitting in a warm paper bag. And basically, Courtney gives Violet the rundown and says, you are never to eat at a lunch period. Of course, we're not anorexic. And they bring they like and that's not something to joke about but
It's
they and then
not.
they cut to the lunch table because she's like, oh, we're not like the actual anorexic group, or I forgot what they call
That's
them.
the Karen Carpenter
Oh.
group. Now, Karen Carpenter was a famous singer, the Carpenters.
Okay.
She unfortunately died of anorexia.
Sad.
So that's what they call her the Karen Carpenter. Now this is a '90s film, so we all
Yeah, that's
know
crazy.
it,
But it is a dark, and the category of this film is like a dark
it's
comedy,
dark. Yes, very
Yeah,
dark. I mean, they
so
killed someone and they're don't care.
in the first 2 seconds of the movie, yeah.
So
But
this
see,
tells
I didn't know that because
table.
I didn't catch on that because
Mhm.
I think I'm too young, really.
They
Like
were
I
like
could
in this.
have
I
known,
think she
but
died in the '70s or early '80s.
yeah, that's really
Yeah,
sad.
she
But
was like
again, they're
Holly's
doing
Joy. It was
these
sad.
extreme things and
Hmm.
it's not something to joke about and I've had a lot of friends that have gone through stuff like that, but they literally have like a box of raisins on the table that they're all splitting for lunch. Again, pushing
Yeah.
those extremes like in high school, like this is absolutely absurd. Um, and again, Courtney's just going back to we're never going to eat lunch. We just don't want anybody to associate that, if we're eating that greasy pizza and then they're talking about like our imperfections in our complexion the next day because we're getting zits from our greasy face after we ate the greasy pizza and blah 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 blah. And Violet's like, you can just tell she's overwhelmed because there was
Yeah.
already a lot of rules and they just sat down for lunch. And Courtney then introduces her new, I guess, boyfriend. I would just say boy toy because she's
He's a
definitely
boy
not
toy.
interested in him.
No,
But
it's just because he's
she's just
popular.
playing off my goal is to be prom queen, and I am a shoo-in now because Liz is gone. So she's like it.
Hmm.
And Dane is the perfect four little brain cell jock that is going to
Captain,
help her
quarterback.
quarterback of the football team,
Hmm.
loved by everybody, has two brain cells, but he is smoking hot.
Correct.
So I get it. Like that's fine. And he basically will do anything that I was gonna say Rose, but that Courtney says.
Hmm.
And she introduces Dane to everybody or to Violet, and this is when she's like, okay, well, she actually just transferred here from a different school. So Fern Mayo is officially dead. And even in the
Yeah.
school, Fern hasn't shown up to school for the last like couple of days.
And nobody cares.
And nobody cared.
Nobody
No one
cares.
asked. No one
Nobody
asked. No
cares.
one called
Nope.
home. Nothing. So
Nope.
she is officially a transfer, and her name is Violet, like Madonna, no last name.
Yep. Yeah, because Dana was like, "Who is she?" She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
With her
Okay.
cute little, like, short blonde hair.
So why did we choose the name Violet? So we're gonna have the flower talk.
Mm-hmm.
And Courtney says, "A rose is too obvious, unless dyed black as a warning. If someone sends you a rose, destroy it and the sender. Not literally. It is just like we don't go around just killing people." And then
And
it's
they
like an
all
awkward
are just
pause, and they're all
looking
like,
at her like, girl, what?
and then she goes, "On purpose."
And
So
I love this talk about the Rose too because her name is literally Rose
Rose
McGowan.
McGowan, yep.
So
That was what it was. Yep.
I thought that was really clever
Yes.
of the director and her too, but
Yes. And then after school, we see Julie waiting for the bus because obviously she's not friends with the other girls
mhm.
anymore. And adorable Zach pulls up and asks if she
I
wants
love
a
it.
lift. Hello, hotness. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do in your convertible, of course. Come on. Come on
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. He's got like the good '90s haircut.
And like his cheekbones, and he's just stunning. Like, and
Yeah,
he's such a good person in this film too that it's just like, just want to pinch his
yeah,
little cheeks. He's
yeah.
adorable.
And let's introduce Detective Vera Cruz.
Yeah, she's a
She has
badass.
questions about Liz Purr. This is Pam Grier.
Hmm.
Now, Pam Grier is famous for being Foxy Brown. So, of course, she comes walking in and she's a badass still.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
uh, so, Courtney and Foxy are still going over the rules of popularity. You know, Violet's gonna need to change with the trends, like changing one's nail color.
Mhm.
Foxy's is demented, and Courtney's is decayed. Those are the
Yeah,
names
that's
of their nail
fitting.
polish.
That's fitting.
And then Courtney goes, she's like our friendship with Julie.
Mhm.
In 2 weeks, no one will even know her name.
Which is crazy because throughout the film, you definitely can see that no one's paying attention to her anymore. And they
Yeah,
actually do like start to make fun of her, like as soon as Courtney starts making fun of her again, which is like, ugh, that's crazy how
yeah,
high schoolers can be.
Yeah.
And of course, Zach, our king, is driving Julie home, and he drops her off, and Julie is just like, she's feeling ballsy, so she's like, you know what? Actually, thank you so much for the ride, but do you want to call me sometime? And of course, Zach's like, hell yeah, because she's freaking stunning. So she writes her phone number on his hand. And now she's in her bedroom and she's just looking at old pictures. And we can tell, like, this is like now in the afternoon, like she's about to go to bed. And she's just reminiscing on old photos. Again, she's really the only one that cared about Liz. The other two are just there because, well, Marcy's a follower and Courtney just wanted to be, again, the head bitch.
Yeah.
So Julie's reminiscing about these old photos. She comes across a cute little fourth grade, like, summer camp picture.
Hmm.
And who's in that summer camp picture?
It's Fern.
Hmm.
It's Fern. So Julie kind of like thinks to herself and she calls Fern. And so Fern answers, of course, and she's nice to Julie at
Hmm.
first, and she's like, hey, she's like, this must be really weird for you, Fern. She's like, yeah, and she's like, oh, do you remember fourth grade? And they reminisce a little bit, and then the phone rings. Now, this is three-way. This is back in the day where you could like click it and then take the other call and have the other person on hold. So it's Courtney, so she has to take it. So she clicks Julie off and she's talking to Courtney, and Courtney lets her know um, never to answer on the first ring and that Courtney Shane is always priority number one. And then Julie's just on hold for like 10 minutes and she just hangs up.
Hmm.
But so we see the dynamic there, but yeah, the old school like click click.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Mean Girls scene when Regina's on the phone with Katie, and then like or no, it's Karen and then Gretchen, and then
Yeah.
they're all on like the three-way call or whatever, and they're like,
Mhm.
"Wait, who's this?" Oh, sorry, because she was on like the wrong line. And she's just talking
Yes.
shit about the person that's on that same line. That's what it reminded me of a little bit.
Um, so Courtney, now she's hanging out with Dane.
She's so weird. I can't, these scenes, I really can't do these anymore. We need to start sticking with family-friendly stuff because
Okay. Well,
this scene was so uncomfortable for me to
this
watch because
this
she's so
actually
demented.
this is good for Courtney's character because of what
Yes.
she does later. Because at school she told Dane, she said, "Hey, why don't you come over later? I could do with a little kink."
Hmm.
So Dane's like, "Oh yeah, great." So Courtney's in like she looks like she's in a fembot outfit.
Yeah, and her
Like
hair,
the
what is her hair doing? Like it's she has like two little like pigtail kind of bun thingies.
yes.
I don't know, and her hair's like all loose and yeah, and she's wearing like a long femme
Yes.
nightgown.
So she has a popsicle and she's calling it her big stick. And she's like she starts to give it to like Dane very suggestively,
Hmm.
and they're like playing around with it, the whole kink thing. And she's like, I know what you want, but I forgot how to, and I need you to show me. So she's obviously hinting at things.
Hmm.
And she like gives it to, she's like feeding it to Dane, and he's like licking it and stuff. And then she like just like shoves it down his throat,
Yeah,
which
she's
I think is great. I think it's the
it's
funniest.
it's so funny, but it's like also so awkward to watch because like Dane again has two brain cells and he's a guy,
Yeah,
so he's not thinking at all.
yeah,
So
he's
he's
like,
just
it's
no,
basically like, how
literally.
does it feel?
Yeah, yeah.
She's basically, that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Um, and then luckily, the police ring the doorbell.
Hmm.
They're like, "Are you Courtney Shane?" And she's like, "Yes." And then that's it of her and Dane.
Yeah. And we cut to Marcy now, and it's just Marcy and her dad at home eating dinner. And she is like cussing up a storm. Like, I'm pretty sure she said that he's acting like a dick or something like that.
Mhm.
And he's just like, I was watching Oprah, and she's like, oh, like, was that the mom in you that watched
That's exactly
Because
what she
he's
said.
both parents, because
Yeah.
like they make a whole thing about how he's a single
Hmm.
parent. And he's like, well, they did a whole thing about how children can be followers, and I'm worried that you're a follower. And basically, she is just like, dude, you don't even know because you don't have any friends. Like, I bet you didn't even have friends when you were younger, and blah, blah, blah. Like, she's just kind of ripping into her dad. And, like,
Yeah.
he is so cute. He's just like, I just miss the good old days. You know, do you remember when we had such a good time at the Tiffany concert? And then he starts to sing, I Think We're Alone Now. And it's like on key. Like, he's getting into it. He's like snapping and stuff. It's really, really cute. And Marcy is she's a bitch. Like, I liked her in the beginning, and now I didn't like her after that. Because how can you treat your parents like that? I don't
Yeah, because he's so sweet. He's definitely like the wants to be in touch, feminist side,
know.
respect
Yeah.
women. My daughter's a follower. Don't be a follower, be a trailblazer.
Yeah.
Um, and the dad is an actual cameo.
Oh.
That is Kanicki from Greece.
Oh, nice.
Grease 1, not Grease 2, Ireland.
Yeah.
Just Grease 1. That's
No.
Kanicki.
Not again. We can't bring this up again. The OGs remember.
Which is funny because, he plays Kanicki, who, they have like the whole, get a
Like a
hickey from
35-year-old in
Kanicki.
high school. Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's like the dad with the sweater tied around his like,
Hmm.
his neck and like,
Yeah.
I'm worried I have to go to the tennis club and play tennis, that kind of
It's so
thing.
cute.
So that's a good play on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the doorbell rings and Marcy's like, "Oh God, thank God." She couldn't wait, and now it's the police again. So, and then Julie is in Liz's backyard looking at the pool, just kind of staring, and she sees Liz swimming in the pool, like kind of towards her, and then she pops up and like she smiles at Julie, and then you see Liz's mom come out and hugs Julie because she knows
Mhm.
Julie was her best friend and I'm sure she was always there and everything.
Yeah.
And then we just get to the next day at school, and the detective is questioning Courtney, Julie, and Foxy, and each one doesn't know anything.
Yeah, they're
So,
all playing dumb. And you can definitely tell that Marcy and Julie are definitely more on edge than Courtney. Courtney is too good at this, and that's the sociopath in her.
yeah.
And so Miss Sherwood is talking with Vera Cruz, the detective, and she finds out that it wasn't Liz's mom who called in sick, obviously, because when Liz's mom got back from the trip, she clearly
Hmm.
told Vera that that was not her. And Miss Sherwood is very concerned. She's like, honestly, it could have been a sex crazed killer or something like that. Like, she's reaching here, but you never know. Like, she's like, she kind of feels a little bit responsible now because she received that call and, and just wasn't the truth. And also, Sherwood tells Vera that, well, Fern Mayo was the one that dropped off Liz's homework, but the weird thing is that Fern Mayo hasn't been in school the last couple of days. But I don't necessarily think that she would ever do anything. Like, she is as pure and as sweet as they come. I think she says she's as sweet as the days are long.
Yeah.
And Vera's like, girl, I've seen it all. Like, you just never know.
Hmm. Yep. And Violet is learning that being associated with Courtney has its perks. So she's becoming popular with the other students. And one of those students is the cheerleader. It's Tatiana Ali, if you remember her from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She's the youngest one. She's a cheerleader.
Cute.
And these like girls come up to her while she's talking to Tatiana Ali's character, and they're like, "Oh my God, I heard you were the last person to see Liz Per alive. Oh my God!" And then they like leave, and she's like, "Oh look, you have groupies." And then Fern's like, or Violet is like, "I know, it's so cute."
Yeah, like she's definitely starting to come into her own. And then we learn later that she's also a head cheerleader now too, because the cheerleader crowds want her in the squad, of
Yeah.
course.
And then Courtney tells Violet that she needs to get a boyfriend. And Courtney decides it's going to be Zach,
Yeah.
who
And why?
is,
Because Julie likes Zach, and she noticed
yeah.
that. And Zach is also extremely hot.
Now he's, as Courtney's words, again, 90s, and this is
Yeah,
very on to Courtney's personality.
yeah,
She says, well, he is the star of every play. He's very good looking, but because he's in drama, I can't confirm his hetero status.
Yeah.
You're going to need to star in the play. And she signs her up to be in the play. She's like, whoa, no, Courtney, hold on. She's
Like,
like,
girl,
I
what are
may
you
love the
doing?
look, but I'm definitely not who wants to try. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm too shy to do that. Yeah. So Julie comes out of a classroom and she says hi to Fern. Julie has always been nice to Fern. You
Hmm.
know, she ignores the other two, but she's still nice to Fern. When she's corrected by Courtney, who says, there is no Fern. Her name is Violet. And then Courtney and Foxy tell her, learn it, live it, love it. Awesome.
Oh. She got, I hate her character, but she has such great one-liners. Like she just
She is
she's
so
very
good in this part.
cool. Yeah, it's so good. It's like actually scary because you're like, "Ooh, did she take on that persona? That's
Hmm.
terrifying."
Yeah.
Um, and Julie then meets up with Zach again because how can you resist that man? He's so cute. And basically tells him that Liz was the only one that meant anything to her. The only reason that she hung out with Courtney and Marcy is because they were just around Liz and she was literally only a part of it for Liz. And the other two didn't give a shit about Liz and their whole friendship was bullshit for the most part. So it's just frustrating for her. And Zach's just like, girl, imagine what it looked like from the outside looking in. Because it just seemed like you were untouchable, like you wouldn't talk to anybody on the outside, basically. And that everybody was kind of like, you wouldn't give anybody the time of day that wasn't
Right.
in that soul group. And Julie just tells Zach, like, it really wasn't personal. It was just a total sideshow. But
Hmm.
popularity, like, especially in this film, you can see really takes a toll and really takes over.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be all in and you have to act or otherwise you'll just be tossed aside.
Hmm.
And Zach tells her that, like, before Julie seemed, he's like, well, maybe this was supposed to happen because before Julie seemed like she was someone that wouldn't give anybody a time of day, which, we just said.
Hmm.
But when he saw her waiting for the bus, he knew she was alone. And he said, I would have never thought to approach you, and I've always liked you. And then he says, I have to show you something. And he takes Julie to an abandoned drive-in theater. And he's like, this is where I like to come to think. There's nobody here. And then they kiss.
Yeah. He's like, I love when nobody can find me here. And she goes, well, now I can
Mhm.
find you. It's so sweet. It's
Yeah,
so cute. And they're
they're very
amazing.
cute. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I like Zach more and more every time he's on the screen.
Hmm.
So Detective Cruz is now starting to talk to Fern because again, she was the last one. Really, technically, it seems like she was the last one to see Liz or to find Liz or to see Liz
Hmm.
alive. She was the one that brought the homework home. But she's extremely hard to find because Fern technically hasn't been in school the last couple days, but Violet has. So Detective Cruz finally gets a hold of Fern, and Vera basically grills her about Liz, like, when was the last time you saw her? Do you know anything about her? Because we know that you dropped off her homework. And when Violet is talking about Liz, it's like she's in a trance. Like, you can definitely tell, again, just like the flashback when she's, warming up what she's going to say before she talks to her when she answers the door. She's literally like, she worshipped her. She's literally like, she's the only one that would ever help me when I dropped all my papers. Like, I didn't know her, but she was like always so kind and gentle to me. I
Hmm.
sat behind her in math class, and like her hair smelled like green apple, and she had beauty marks on her neck, and I would like picture little designs on the back of her neck. And it was like kind of a little creepy
A
almost,
little
but she
creepy.
definitely,
Not
yeah,
creepy.
but she definitely, like, that was the point, was that she was the one that was worshipped by all, and Fern is still that person, even though Courtney's turned her into Violet.
Hmm.
Um, and Vera's just asking her, well, since Liz was just, like, such a friend, like, why aren't you more broken up by her death? And, like, wouldn't you think that there was something that you could do or try more for? And Violet's answer is, well, this is high school detective. What is a friend, anyways?
Hmm.
She didn't have any friends. So this is new territory for her.
Hmm. And the detective tells her, a friend is someone who tells the truth no matter what. A true friend never lies. And Violet says, look, Liz was sweet, and I did her a favor. Can I go now, Detective Cruz?
Mhm.
And she leaves, and then at night they show her at night like having a nightmare,
Yeah.
and like she like wakes up, she's like ah, so
Yeah,
she
she's like
feels
the
guilty.
huffing and puffing, and you can definitely tell that it's taking a toll on her too, not just
It's
Julie.
yeah, it's kind of like the first time she really was a snot, and she
Hmm.
had a nightmare about it because she really wasn't a snot before. Like she just
No,
kind of
she was
like
always quiet, but she would
hmm
take in like the only thing that would change about her is her look and her walk and
hmm
those kinds of things, but she still wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? Like outgoing enough or like
right.
kind of confident enough to start having these conversations and like treat people like how Courtney and Marcy do.
We have Courtney calling the detective, and at the police station, she tells Vera that Liz had a craving for strange men. And she's the only one that knew about it. None of the other girls knew about it. And it was her thing. I respected that. And Cruz says, what was her thing? And Courtney says, sex with strangers. We're going to cue Rock You Like a Hurricane. Great song to this, okay?
Great song.
And we just show somebody going into this bar called Girl Talk. And then someone's walking past all these guys at the bar, and they're all like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're all
it's a
grown men
sleaze
just
bar for
checking her out.
sure. It's definitely like it's like, I think it would be a Tinder bar. You just go there to hook up, and then like
Yeah, it's
nowadays it would
definitely
just
like where the single, like, or maybe not single, I don't know. It looks
yeah
like some interesting person out there, but
yeah.
yeah.
Since there's no Tinder at this time, no like online dating, this would be like the online Tinder dating of this
Yeah,
this creepy ass bar.
yeah.
Um, and then at the end of the bar is a real creeper stroking his mustache, like,
Ew, he does have a weird mustache in this
and he's
movie.
doing the face, and he's like up and down, looking her up and down. He's like, yeah. And he's so into her, and she leaves with him, and you just see like the bottom half, and
Yeah, like you
this
see the
person's in a
corset and the
corset.
leather
hmm
skirt, and that's
Skirt,
it.
it's all
You don't
vinyl.
know who
Yeah,
it is. You don't see a hair color, nothing.
yes. And then we find out that it's Courtney. Courtney went back to Liz's house in her bed and had sex with this guy, and then they pan, and Liz's dead body is under
Literally
the
underneath
bed.
it. Oh, it's so creepy. And like this is a day after, right? Like this is like it had to be either
Yeah.
like later that day or the day
Mhm.
after. Like she's just sitting there. Oh, I can't. It's just so bad.
Yeah.
Rose McGowan plays such a good bitch in this.
Yes. And yeah, like you said, she was engaged to Marilyn Manson at this time.
Yeah.
So he was a perfect choice for this because
Yeah.
that's the only reason why he got it was because of her, you know.
Yeah,
She's
and
like,
he
oh,
and this is the only time we see him, and then that's it. It was just like that funny montage, but he does play a really good like and
he's
it's
like,
so
yeah.
over exaggerated too. Like he's like stroking her, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like I'm taking you home, girl." And he doesn't even speak in it too. That's my favorite part. Like, don't ever give
Nope.
a man a speaking part.
Yeah, she's like, they're like the casting director's like, we're looking for like somebody that's like really sleazy looking, like total
Mhm.
scum of the earth. It's just like my fiance would be perfect.
No, literally, she's like, "Oh, do I have the man for you?"
I am literally engaged to that sleazeball.
And he's just like, "Wow, perfect. I could not have imagined anything better." Um,
They're like, we
but
just have to put a fake mustache on him. Great. Everything else is there.
seriously, yeah, he is so not cute. I do not know how he gets all these amazingly
Mm.
beautiful women. Anyways, and now again after that insane montage, now we're
Yeah.
getting back into another day at school, and now we see Violet building a lot more confidence. She's definitely now she's like, well, dang, I am the shit. Like all these people are flocking to me. She's being a real bitch now too. Like honestly, in some like she's not as crazy as Courtney, but she's definitely just as bitchy as Courtney, and she also does not mind to tell Courtney off. But she's strutting in to the drama auditions like she owns the place, even though she's never sang or did anything with drama in her entire life.
Right.
And she walks straight up to Zach and is just like, "Hi, Zach, I'm Violet." And Zach's like, "Yeah, girl, we've been new about you. Like,
hmm
figured as much. You've been in the school for like a week now." And she tells him that she saw him in Greece twice and it rocked her world. Okay. I'm assuming he was was Danny Zuko, so like maybe like all the thrusting and the leather, I
Yeah.
can understand that. But you don't just go up to people and say that when you first meet them. They have never spoken
I would
before.
believe it if she said Grease 2 rocked her world, and I'd be like, yeah, that's great, but Grease, come on.
Oh no, it's so bad. They did not make that into a musical. And she's like, did they?
The movie is a musical.
No, I mean like a
Oh,
production. Because you know how
I
like
don't know.
schools do, they actually do music, like do Grease and
Probably
stuff.
not, because no school in their right mind will pay for the rights of that movie because
That's gonna be my high school's next musical that I watch my
Grease
kids
2,
in.
yeah.
We did Chicago, and now it's gonna be Grease too. Uh,
Guys, we have to do Grease 2. If we're gonna do
guys,
Chicago,
what about
Grease 2.
Grease 1? What about it?
Yeah, it's been done.
Yeah, it's overdone. And Zach, this is why I love King Zach, because in all of these other stupid 90s movies, I feel like these hot, amazingly nice guys get like played a little bit. Like they fall into the popularity a little bit because they're like, oh, like, you know, a girl's paying attention to me, blah blah. Zach is always on his fucking shit. He is
Yeah.
not played by Violet at all, not once, does not give her a second look, and that's why I stan Zach. I love him.
Mhm.
And she basically boasts that, well, I'm a head cheerleader, and I figured that I could be the lead in a school play. Like, it's nothing, you know? And Zach basically tells her, like, girl, that's like stripes and plaid. We do not mix. Like, the
Mhm.
jocks and the drama crew do not mix. So, whatever. And Violet basically says, well, there's a first for everything. And all the other people are like all the other people in drama are like in a trance by her. They're like, "Oh yeah, I think you are the first that was the head cheerleader and like in drama, blah blah." And again, Zach's like rolling his eyes. He's like, "Where's my girl, Julie?"
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and before Fern had come in, or Violet, the other drummer were like, "Oh my God, I heard she was like in Paris. I heard she was on like she worked for this
Oh yeah,
designer." Yeah,
Violet
they
like
were.
Madonna, and then she's like, "I heard
Mhm.
that she opened for Madonna." Like, what is
Yeah.
all this gossip that's going on in a high school setting?
Oh, gossip can just carry so far. It's like telephone. They're like, she listened to a
Right,
Madonna record. She opened for Madonna in Italy.
right. Literally, it's terrible.
And so then we have it shows Violet and she's underneath a car, a Corvette, and she's making out with the mechanic and he's just basically like gives her the keys.
But she had like a dingy army green car before this, so
Mhm. Yeah, so now she's got this red Corvette and the license plate says bitch.
yeah, fitting.
I'm surprised that was available in
Yeah,
California.
who would give that up?
I know, right? Mistake.
Oh Lord.
Uh, and Julie's getting off the bus, and Courtney almost hits her because that's
Mhm.
Courtney. And then Courtney pulls up and sees Violet pull up in a red Corvette, kind of like just anywhere she wants to like park. It's not even in a
Yeah,
parking spot.
she literally parks right in the front of the school for the rest of the
Hmm.
movie.
And after Courtney sees this red Corvette pull up, she looks at Marcy and she's like, "Do you see something wrong with this picture?" Like for I think it's like the first time she's kind of like jealous a little bit of
Jealous,
Violet, like this bitch.
100%. And now we cut to the only two people that matter, which are Julie and Zach. And they are hanging out at their little drive-in spot. And Zach basically asks her if he knows if she knows who a Violet is. And she's like, "Yeah, girl, I know Violet. Like, I was there when she was basically created." She don't say that, but pretty much.
Hmm.
And Zach is just like, "Yeah, well, she's gonna be the new. She was cast in the play. She's gonna be a main part of the play." And Julie's just like, what? Like, it's very dramatic. And he tells her about the stupid Grease pickup line, like how she saw her twice and then he rocked her world. And Julie's basically like, girl, do you remember a Fern Mayo? And of course, in proper guy fashion, he's like, girl, I don't know who that is. Because to be fair, no one knew who Fern Mayo really was. Because she was, again, geeky, wears like the puke green colors and all that.
Hmm.
And she goes, well, Fern, like, she's a geeky girl. Like, she was, like, a part of, like, the botany club and blah, blah, blah. And then Zach's like, oh, okay, yeah, I think I kind of remember. And Julie breaks the news. girl, Fern Mayo is Violet. Like, Courtney created her. And Zach is like, well, please do tell me more. How did that come about? So we love Zach because he never judges Julie for a second. Julie basically tells him the entire rundown of like, okay, well, Liz Purr was like a part of this creation of Violet too, and Zach is like, you need to tell me really what's going on here because I can tell something's bothering you. And Julie basically tells him, well, do you know how like we kidnap each like girls kidnap each other on their birthdays? And Zach's like, I'm not a girl. No. I
He's
literally
like, no.
never heard that once in my life because that's not a normal thing. And she goes, well, we do. And Courtney had this stroke of genius that on Liz's 17th birthday that we kidnapped her, that she would put a jawbreaker in her mouth.
Yep. And then she finishes the story by telling him that Courtney put her back and tried to make it look like she was assaulted, sexually assaulted. And then Fern shows up and saw Liz, and that is when Courtney made her the offer. And Zach tells her that she has to do something, and Julie knows she has to. And Zach tells her, you know, you gotta tell somebody. And she's basically like, I friggin' know, but Courtney's basically gonna say it's 3 people against me, and I'm gonna be the one
Yeah.
that's gonna go to jail. So we're cutting to Courtney talking to Foxy about the prom and that she's probably going to be taking Dane since he will be prom king, blah, 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 you know.
Perfect prom king
She's like,
material. She doesn't
yeah.
give a shit what he does after he can get married, he can have kids after high school. She don't care because she's only using him to
She
be
goes,
prom king.
I could give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's what she says. I love it. And then Foxy tells her she's worried that Violet is getting out of control. And she says Courtney says, Violet is like somebody who gets rich and drapes themselves in furs and jewels. Not to worry, she is milking it for all it's worth. And then they both go, there's like some commotion. So then they
Yeah, they
both
have
run
some
out.
music going on in the background.
Yeah. And this is so weird because they see Violet dancing on her car surrounded by people. And she's like just laying on her car. And she's like,
Yeah, she's just nodding her head back and forth and she's
with her
laying
glasses.
off of her
Yeah.
car. Again, in
Yeah.
the center of the school, like the school stairs to get into the front door are there, and
Yeah.
her car is parked right on the center stairs.
And which is weird to me. I was just like, okay. So everybody's like, yeah. And she's like, so Courtney grabs her like almost by the ear or the hair. And
Yeah, I don't know.
she says, this I like. Who do you think you are, Angeline? Now, if anybody knows who Angeline was, she was in our Earth Girls Are
I
Easy
was gonna say,
episode.
was she the one that her car? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hmm
That's what I
So
thought.
she made hers, I would say she's close to she did everything to make herself famous, but didn't succeed very well. She
Mhm.
put up billboards of herself. She paid for them all herself, and she drove this like Corvette. I think it was a
Yeah,
pink one.
yeah,
And
pink.
yeah, and she was just trying to be somebody. She was that blonde that's like, "Ooh, I'm so dumb, and I talk like this." Beep, 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 beep. You know, she's one of those, just like she did in Earth Girls Are Easy. And she's like, "Would you move your car so I can get someone leaded?" I want to punch myself in the face.
God, that was so good. It was so bad.
I know. I'm like, wow, I really hate myself right now.
Worked
I'm
right
gonna
now.
punch myself in the face.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
bad.
so that's who that's
Probably
why
like
she
the
said
one
that.
with Pamela Anderson, you know, something
Yeah,
like that.
right. But did not succeed because Pamela Anderson. I don't mind Pamela Anderson.
I like her. I don't care,
Yeah, I do
especially now. Oh, her and Liam
too.
Neeson are so cute.
Mhm.
Sorry, that was off track.
No, it's fine. And Courtney says, "What the hell are you doing?" Violet says, "Exactly what you taught me to rule."
hmm
And she says, "That's right. You rule, bitch, but don't you forget who made you." She says, "I'm sorry. It's just sometimes I'm at the mercy of the crowd. They love to hate me." And then Courtney says, "Deep down, they know who you are, Fern." And she says, "I'm Violet." And Courtney says, "You're whatever the fuck I want you to be." And then she says, "Courtney, pretty little Courtney, let's stop pretending, shall we? I've got the power. Liz, you bloated little boo-boo, I'll tell your secret." And then she lights a cigarette. And then Courtney says, "Go ahead, no one will believe you. Cruz has a suspect in custody, and it ain't me." And then Violet says, I know the truth. I know what really happens. And she blows smoke into Courtney's
Mhm.
face. And very cool, like they're face to face.
I made you, and I can break you just as easily.
Good idea. Kill me like you did Liz.
Greer does play a good bitch because she's also a bitch in 13 on going on 30
Yes.
too, obviously. But
Yeah.
the dynamic between those two is palpable. Like
Mhm.
it's crazy good. But the bitch off is absolutely outstanding.
Yes.
And Julie and Zach are looking for the Polaroid because Zach's like, there has to be some type of evidence that was left behind. Like, what do you remember from that day? And Julie's like, well, Courtney had a Polaroid and she did take a picture, but obviously she dropped the Polaroid in the parking lot, so it's broken, and we don't know where that picture is. And they go back to the pancake house to look around in the parking lot. And this is a couple days later. Maybe it's supposed to be like 2 days later or something, but girl, it's kind of windy out there. There is no way that Polaroid's just going to be sitting in the parking lot. And Zach, because he's a man, he literally just like crouches down. They don't move anywhere. They just stand in the same spot. He crouches down and he's like, yeah, I don't see it. But they basically are just like, well, there has to be some other way. Like there has to be something. And Julie's like, really, that was it. So Zach's just like, well, your word against hers has to be what it is. And it's a really eerie scene because as they get back into the car, it zooms out and it's at like it sees in like where like the sewer kind of is, like the side of the road, you see the Polaroid.
The gutter, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, gutter.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. I used every other description.
It's like the pyramid. You say every word but what it is. And you're like,
Yeah,
gutter.
exactly.
That's right. So they decide to go to the police station where the detective tells them they have a suspect in custody. Julie says that's impossible. And the detective tells her Liz wasn't as innocent as she pretended to be. And Julie's like, she's my best friend. I know all about Liz. Like,
Yeah.
you can't. And Julie puts everything together and tells Zach that Courtney brought some guy to Liz's bed to have sex with and frame. So she tells him, let's go. She's going to destroy that bitch. So it's on.
Yeah. Now, the next day, this is cruel. This is bad. The next day, we see the school, and it is just covered in these posters of Who is Violet is the title, and it's a picture of Fern's yearbook picture before she was Violet. So the mousy brown bangs and nerdy girl
And
that.
she's smiling like, that's like her smile.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. So obviously Violet isn't at the school yet, but everybody is just like seeing, like you just see like all the people that used to worship her and they're like, what? Like, ooh, like she's disgusting and blah 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 blah. And Violet pulls up in her usual spot right at the front of the school, and then she slams her door and she takes a look up and there are posters everywhere. And everybody's kind of like turning, laughing at her, pointing at her, and the girl faints.
yeah. And she's in the nurse's office, of course, and she runs into the hallway where everyone is making fun of her. She sees Courtney and Foxy at the end of the hallway, and Courtney says, it's over, bitch, as Foxy laughs. She's like, ha 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 ha, ha. And then Fern just faints again, and she had like a thing
Yeah.
out with like a blood stain. Oh, she faints again. And Julie and
Animal
Zach.
Crossing when I get stung by the wasp.
Wow,
Multiple
wow,
times.
wow.
Literally, I'm like, girl, I'm not crafting any medicine. Please
And then your
stop.
eyes like this the whole time.
Yeah, with like the dots in your cheek too, or your face.
Like the
Oh,
X on your eye.
so
Oh.
bad. Give me an eye patch.
Yes. Oh, I have one.
Like before.
It's still here.
Oh,
It's still
nice.
here.
Shout out Ellen.
It's right there. Yeah. So Julie and Zach pull up to the school and they see Fern pictures everywhere. And then they find Fern laying in the hall, just in the middle of the hall, with like she's covered in her posters.
Yeah, everybody else is in class. I also have no idea. Like Julie and Zach have just been skipping school. I don't
Yeah,
like. I
yeah,
don't
they
know
just
where
walk in
everybody is.
anytime.
And they
Yeah.
did just leave Fern, like, passed down the hallway. No hall monitors, no teachers, nothing. They just left her there.
Yeah, and Julie, of course, is Julie. And
Mhm.
she's like, Fern, are you okay? Okay. And she's like, what happened? And then she sees the posters and she's like, I'm not Fern, I'm Violet. And sees all the posters. And then she's like, it's okay, Fern. Like, it's okay. And she's like, it's not okay. I'm a terrible person. You should hate me. I'm a nobody now. Like, she's more worried about being a nobody. Well, now I'm a nobody. And she's
Yeah.
like, you're not a nobody. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
And Fern
and
even says, like, even before she was Violet, she was at least somebody. She wasn't like anything crazy, but she was somebody and she had a purpose. And now she has no purpose and she's nobody.
And I like this. This is an interaction I like between Julie and Courtney. So Courtney and Marcy walk up, and Courtney says, what a fucking tearjerker. Look, Mars, it's like the Terms of Endearment Part 3, only this time the boyfriend's gay. And then Marcy says, yeah, and the rest of the cast sucks.
Yeah, guys, yeah.
Ooh, what a zinger.
Good job, Marcy.
God. Did you
How
think
many,
of that all by
how many
yourself?
hours were you thinking of that one, girl?
She's been thinking it all year. She's like,
Yeah.
when can I say that? And then, so Julie pushes Courtney against the locker and says, who the fuck are you? And Courtney says, what? And she says, they found some poor guy and they charged him with murder. What have you done, Courtney? And Courtney says, just what I had to do, dear. Destroy another life, Courtney? Courtney says, life's a bitch and then you die. No, honey, you're the bitch.
Love
And
that.
then,
I love that
Courtney
line.
goes, oh, so aggressive, Julie. Kind of turns me on. Come on, Mars, this train wreck is getting old. And then Julie puts her arm like in front of Courtney so she can't like walk past her. And she says, it's over, Courtney. And Courtney says, I am petrified. See you at prom. And she like pushes the arm up and walks away. I just like the way she says, I am petrified. With a little pout.
I know. And now it cuts to Zach driving the two girls home because there's nothing else for them to do. Also, it's nighttime already. I don't know where all the time is gone. But again, Julie, Zach, and Fern are talking about what Courtney did. Fern is literally like, girl, I cannot even believe that this girl is so evil. She's only in high school, so God only knows what she is capable of when her frontal lobe is completely developed. And they're basically just having a conversation of like, well, there has to be something that we can do. And like, and they're basically kind of, what am I trying to think of? They're done. Like they're at the end of the road. There's nothing else going on. Like it's just their word against theirs, and that's it. And Courtney's really hard to fight. And Zach, because he's a man, they're like, well, what are we supposed to do? And Zach goes, we could go to prom. The girls are like, are you fucking kidding me? Who invited this guy?
Yeah. Why are you here now?
Literally. And your friend Steve.
Da, 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 da. So we're gonna cut to the prom. The band, the Donnas, are there. They're the band. People are talking and dancing. This is so unlike any prom, I believe. I did not go to prom, but I'm assuming, Ireland, you've gone to 3, so I'm assuming that this. Did you neither did you have a dance off to write about Now It's the Funkso Brothers?
No, I did. Now that I wish it did. Like, and she's all that. I wish. Oh God.
Yep.
I wish that everybody knew it too. Like there was just a flash mob. You know, no one taught me those moves when I was in gym class.
But everybody's dancing together.
Yeah.
All together. There's not like groups here, groups hanging here, but everybody's dancing.
Yeah.
It seems.
And it's pretty crammed in there too.
Yeah, I don't feel it. It's just in the gym. It seems like it's just in a gym and, you know, whatever. But yeah, the fact that like the body piercing people or whatever she called them, the piercing people, the body jewelry people are all dancing and all dressed up and glammed up. And then like the like goth people don't look like goth people at all. They all got like corsages and everything like that. And it just doesn't seem like nobody has their personalities anymore. They're all like just popular people. Yep. Like all of them are the same
Everybody's
people.
done up in the prom.
Yeah, they made such a big deal of trying to separate these by the most extreme,
Yeah.
you know,
And
groups.
then they brought them all together at the
And they're
prom.
and they're all getting along. Everybody's talking to everybody like they're all sitting at the popular table and then, whatever. And it's just weird on that.
Yeah.
Um, but Courtney's sitting next to Dane, and Dane's like every time Dane talks, she's like
Yeah.
she
And
cannot
he's just
stand
like,
him.
yeah, he's just like a little golden retriever. Like he reminds me of like that. Like he's like not bad
Yeah.
in this movie. He's just has
No,
fun with
he's just
himself.
dumb and
Yeah.
it's about him, yeah. Typical jock.
Hmm.
Um, Now Courtney's dress is silver and it's like a silver mini dress, but then there's like an overlay of it that goes all the way down.
Hmm.
And then her hair, she looks like Nefertiti with uh, silver ribbon, intricately, like very
Yeah.
done really cool. She literally looks like Nefertiti, is what I feel like they were. Well, that's what they were going for,
That
but
she embodied,
um,
yeah.
yeah, like it's extreme. And
Mhm.
then Marcy, I don't know what the hell
Why
Marcy
did she
like.
get a feather boa? And she
Okay,
was like petting herself with it.
she's wearing like crushed velvet red burgundy with a purple boa, and she's got crimped hair. Not that
Yeah,
crimped
the
hair's bad or
crimping,
anything, but like,
but that had to be, but that was a part of the times though. But no one else's hair was crimped. I don't know. Everybody else had like an updo or like something else going on.
yeah,
So
her
who
outfit.
knows?
I feel like they put so much effort in everybody's, and they're like, oh, Julie Benz, you're a major character. Let's just give you this thing. It's like a glamour shot where you just gotta go
Oh my
like this. And
God.
it looks like a dress top, and they're like, we'll give you a
100%.
boa.
When,
Don't move from where you are.
let me get you this royal purple boa. Oh God. Yeah.
Take some glamour shots. Just cross it like this.
It reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite. I can't. I can't do it. So, and of course, like they're throwing in some digs at Julie and Zach, even though how could you? They're both stunning. I don't understand it. But now we cut to Julie, and she is just again sitting at home, always like I don't want to say always, but like definitely 100% depressed, still thinking about her best friend. She wants justice for her best friend. She's just distraught and she's in her little jammies. She's really cute little outfits in this movie. I love her. And her mom comes in and says, "Oh, well, Miss Purr actually just dropped off some of Liz's things and she figured that you would want them because Liz would probably want you to have them." And it's just a sweet little moment. And like, Julie is never once a bitch to her parents either, so I love seeing that too because they showed Marcy being a bitch to her dad, even though her dad's so cute, and then who knows about Courtney? Courtney's always she's just got bitch running through her veins.
Yep.
Um, and Julie is, of course, digging through the bag, and it's just like, oh, she has like a cute little stuffed koala, and like the picture of all four of them, like just very sweet little moments. And then she sees the card that was playing like the "What are you doing to me?" voice again from before. And except for when she opens it this time to hear Liz's voice,
I killed Liz. I killed the teen dream. Deal with it.
she hears Courtney's.
Oh. Well, I guess Julie, Zach, and Fern are going to prom.
Round up the troops. We
Round
got
up
'em,
the troops.
folks.
So Julie and Fern go in together. Julie has managed to procure a beautiful prom dress with a beautiful hair in a matter of like 20 minutes.
Stunning. She has flowers in her hair. Her dress is stunning.
Beautiful.
I love that
It's
color on her.
I'm sure she probably had a dress, for prom and then just decided not to go.
Oh,
But
100%.
um,
But doing your hair in literally 15 minutes is crazy because it's
I mean,
gorgeous.
she's Rebecca Gayheart, so she doesn't need makeup at all, literally.
Stunning.
But yeah, I love how it's just like this quick thing, and
Hmm.
Fern's just, I think she's in pink.
She's the same hairstyle
looks
every time
cute
I
too,
see her,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
She looks adorable. She's just a tall, skinny queen with her little
Yep.
pink dress on.
Yeah, and they both walk in, they sit down at a table together, and they're made fun of by some of the cheerleader girls. So that's Tatiana Ali,
Okay, Lori from that 70s show.
Lori from that 70s show is one of them. Marcy's at the table. This is who she's sitting with. And they're like, oh my God, look, they're together, and they make a lot
Yeah.
of
They insinuate that they're lesbians too, which
yes.
is just like, girl, be so fucking for real. Be original for once in your goddamn life.
Yeah. And then Julie and Fern are like, "Did you hear something? No. Did you? No."
They're
So
really
they,
cute because they
yeah.
know what's about to
Oh, they
transpire.
know what's coming. Uh, yeah. And then Courtney comes over to the table in her silver dress, and like Dane is just following her, and she's
He's
like,
so cute. He's a little puppy.
basically comes over to the table and is like, "Look at me." And
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh my God, Courtney looks so great. Oh my God. Oh my God." And Marcy's talking, like she's like, "I could totally get out of here," to her date, and like, "Let's get out of here." And she's like,
Hmm.
Marcy, and isn't there an announcement that should be coming? She's like, "Oh my God, Courtney, I'm so sorry." Like, ugh, God. Bleh.
Kill me.
And yeah. And so this just means that the prom queen announcements are going to be happening.
Mhm.
And then Courtney, being the great friend she is to Marcy, just kidding, rips into Marcy and says, "We all can't be." What did she say? "We all can't be bright" or something,
Yeah, we
or
all
on
can't
our.
be with it or something like that, or I don't
We
know. It
all
was like
can't be
some,
at the top of our game, can
yeah,
we,
something
Mars, or
along
something.
those lines, basically insinuating that she's dumb.
Yeah, and she's like, "Can we, girls?" And then like all the girls laugh at basically Marcy, which
Shut
is great
up.
because she
Why
gets
do
a
you all
little
look
bit
like
more
you're 42
confidence.
years old sitting at the table? Shut up.
Ah, that's the thing. I'll get to that.
Yeah. I know, I know. Speaking of
um,
Greece, in Greece too.
yes. So, um, we see Mrs. Sherwood, right, Ireland? She's so
Hmm.
adorable. I love her so
She is
much.
so cute.
They're like, they're like, "We love you, Mrs. Sherwood," and she's like, "Oh, you've all been so wonderful." And then they're like, "Shut up," or "Eat a dick," or something. Then they start shouting
Yeah,
things, and she's like,
I know.
"Okay."
She's like, okay, I'm just gonna announce it now, I guess. Like, she
Yeah.
doesn't even acknowledge anything. She's so cute.
Yeah, so she's gonna announce the prom king, and of course, shocker, it's Dane.
What? That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. So he pops up there on stage. She gives him his like scepter, and I think he gets a crown. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
and then he's doing like a cute little like dance with Miss Sherwood too. Like she
He
like
just
he like
grabs
twirls
her.
her and stuff. She's just like, oh.
Yes. And we kind of see Zach lurking in the back near the audio like
Hmm.
stuff. And then they're like, "And prom queen," and this takes a little bit longer to do,
Build the
more
tension.
suspenseful.
Hmm.
And you see Fern and Julie kind of holding hands, and they're like, "And it's the winner for prom queen is Courtney Shane." And then everyone's like, Courtney's like, "Oh my God, me? Oh!" And
Yeah.
then Fern and Julie are just like,
Well, you're like, yes, amazing. You
"Oh,
deserve it.
great.
You deserve
Yes,
everything
yes, they're
that's coming to you.
so
You won
happy."
this.
Yeah, so she makes her way up to the stage as everyone claps for her. They're like, "We love you, Courtney. You're so great," as she walks up.
Hmm.
And she's crowned. She starts to make a speech, and we see that Zach has done something with a card,
Hmm.
and Courtney starts talking, and then all of a sudden you hear, "I killed Liz. I killed the teen dream. Deal with it." And it's Courtney's voice. Everybody knows it's Courtney's voice. And she's
Yeah.
like, "What?" She's like,
Yeah.
What's happening?" And it just keeps playing over and over again.
Hmm.
"I killed Liz. I killed the teen dream. Deal with it." And
And
deal
Zach
with it.
even unplugs the microphone as well, so she
Hmm.
can't even have the time of day to speak over herself. Like it's
Right.
just the audio on the speakers of I killed Liz, I killed the team dream, deal with it.
Deal with it.
And it's just on loop this whole time and it's so
Hmm.
quiet and we see and the director really builds suspense with this because like you can literally hear and feel the gears turning in every single one of their heads in the crowd.
Hmm.
They're all just like wait a minute. Like you can see the moment when they're like, holy shit, this
Yeah.
is her and she did it. So then they start like throwing the well, actually before that, Dane, our little golden retriever, is like, fuck this. This lady's fucking crazy. And
Yeah.
he
He's like,
gives her the scepter back and is like, I want no part of this. I want no part of you.
he
You're
runs off the stage.
disgusting. And he literally runs down and then it starts to click in everybody's head like, holy shit. And they start throwing their corsages at her.
Yes. And it's funny because as she was getting to the stage,
Hmm.
Courtney, we love you, Courtney. Oh God, you're the best. Oh my God, I want to be you. Blah blah blah. Now,
Hmm.
as she's coming from, now that they've realized, because it was complete silence, and then you could, like you said, you saw the wheels turn. Everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Is that?"
Yeah. Like
It's
the
so it's a
murmurs
good,
are like,
yeah,
like there's
yep,
they're trying to figure it out.
yeah, and so we see Zach. He sits down next to Julie and tells her, "I've been a bad boy," and he hands her the Polaroid camera and asks if she wants to do the honors. So, um, someone screams, "That bitch!" And then Courtney looks over to Julie,
Hmm.
who does this.
Yeah, and I
She
love
said,
the sounds. It's exaggerated. Like the kiss is literally like the wah, like it's like
yeah,
exaggerated and you can feel it. And she tells her to eat shit. And I
yeah,
love this entire montage part because everything is in slow motion just
hmm
to really stick the dagger in and twist.
yeah. And after she says, "Eat shit," she goes,
Hmm. Yep.
I just love it so
I
much.
love Rebecca
Oh
Gayheart.
my
She's
God, that is like
amazing.
one of my favorite parts when she says eat shit. She just mouths eat shit.
So good.
And then we hear this is when the crowd is really starting to go against Courtney. They're yelling like slut, murderer, you're dead, as they launch their corsages at her. And they're
Yeah.
just throwing it. And so as she's descending from the stage, she's taking her hair, she's like, and
It's
her
yeah.
hair's getting
And
all
her makeup
messy,
is smeared and
smearing. She's like this, and she's like
her
pulling
hair
it
is
down, and she's like,
completely out.
yeah, it was like way up and like perfect, and then like now it's like she keeps going like this, to like as she's walking down, and people are just yelling at her, and it's just, and you hear the song "Young at Heart." It's like
Hmm.
fairy tales can come true. It could happen to you.
Yeah.
And she's like, ah, so great. The use of songs in this is so good.
So
Uh,
good.
and she becomes more and more disheveled as she tries to walk out, and she fights her way through. And before she exits, who's there?
Yeah, so Julie's standing in the front, like as she's about to approach the door, Julie kind of stands in front of her, is like, and Courtney just goes like, Julie, because it's in slow motion.
Yeah.
Julie
Like,
goes,
please help me.
smile pretty, Courtney, and she takes the Polaroid, snaps a picture, and Courtney, at the end of this, literally is like her hands up like Dracula, and she's like, ugh.
She's like, "Ugh."
The
It's like
sound
perfect.
she makes is so iconic and so funny. And then you see like the Polaroid picture in the yearbook page when it's like, oh, memories of prom, and it's in the center of the memories of prom page in the yearbook. And the closing out of we hear Judy Greer or Fern is say in the background.
This is high school, Detective Cruz. What is a friend anyway?
And then they close the
The
yearbook.
book. Yes.
Crazy. Crazy good.
Oh, so good. This has a lot that, like, unlike Hello Again, this has a lot. I had a lot of stuff, and I
Yeah.
really had to, like, you gave some of it
Well,
in the beginning too.
because I like I have this thing where like I'll think about it the whole time and then I have to look it up and
Mhm.
then when I look up something then another thing pops up and I'm like, "Oh my God, I fell down the rabbit hole."
Yeah.
So,
So, about some of the cameos in the movie. So, like I said, we had Jeff Conway, who is Marcy's dad, who is Kaniki from Greece. Uh, Liz's mom was PJ Souls. If you're a local H fan, you know that's one of their
yeah.
albums. What happened to PJ Souls? She's also was famous for being in Halloween. She was in Carrie, the original Carrie. She wore the red hat. She was the one with the red hat. And of course, like I said, local H, because that's one of our favorite bands.
So good.
Um,
What a good
so
album.
she was Liz's mom. Now, Liz's dad, I don't know if I put his name in here. I might have at the end. But the person that played the dad was also in Carrie. So both PJ Souls and the guy that played the dad they were both in Carrie. Marilyn Manson, of course, was the stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Robin Kelly, which was Lori from that '70s show, which we had already mentioned, and then Tatiana Ali
Yeah.
was. And then let's see here. Uh, budget was 3.5 million. Opening weekend was $1,603,425. Gross worldwide was $3,117,085. So didn't do well. Didn't
Not
have
the
good
worst
reviews.
done,
I
but
love this movie because of the darkness of it and the
yeah.
when you and I watch stuff, we always like try to like make something out of nothing sometimes because we're used to watching Twin Peaks and stuff like that,
Oh my
where
God, don't get me
literally
started on
everything
Twin
means
Peaks.
something.
Yeah,
So this is a really
literally.
we like this. I love this movie. I thought
And
it's
I
great. I love.
also was obsessed with Heathers growing up, and this gives extreme Heathers
Mhm.
vibes.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
I think that's also a part of it too.
Fun facts. So they are. This is up right up our alley, Ireland.
I
They are
know.
making a Jawbreaker musical. This is from 2026, so this isn't something that was said in like 2010. 2026, it's coming. Rebecca Gayheart will play Miss Sherwood in this musical. So I'm sure when it gets to Chicago, it will not have all the famous stars. You know, it won't have
It
Rebecca
doesn't
Gayheart in it.
it doesn't matter. Like this, what they're doing in the musicals right now, like in Broadway, is literally our dream. They just created the Lost Boys musical, and it is doing phenomenally.
So when Courtney said, we already did this, but it's in my notes, so I'm going to say it again. When Courtney says, I made you and I can just as easily break you, that is, of course, an homage to Dr. Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
The original bitch.
Hmm.
The original head bitch in charge.
Oh, that's the original, yes. Obviously, Marilyn Manson was engaged to Rose McGowan at this time, so that's how he got the cameo. Rose McGowan's hair for the prom scene was a result of an off-screen competition with Rebecca Gayheart. So she saw Rebecca Gayheart come out of the trailer with the flowers and how beautiful her hair was. So she went back in there and she's like, let's do something more interesting with my hair. So that's how they came up with the wackadoo.
Which makes sense because you would
Mhm.
think that she would be the one that goes all out because she's the one that has something to prove, you know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
Or Rebecca Gayheart is just flawlessly, just effortlessly gorgeous. So
Now this I
just put
100%.
a bag over
Um,
her head and she still would have been prettier.
so this next one I 100% believe. Judy Greer said that when she was dressed as Fern, nobody really paid her any attention. But when she was dressed like Violet, she got more attention from everyone. And she said even like guys were a little
Like even
scared to
more
kind of.
nervous to talk to
Mhm.
her
Yeah,
when she
she
was
wasn't
dressed
as
as
comfortable.
Violet.
Yeah,
Crazy.
believe that.
But 100%. That's definitely like one of those things where it's like, what would you do?
Yeah. And then the shot of Violet sitting on the hood of her car was inspired by the famous billboards of Angeline seen in LA in the 80s and the 90s.
Ugh,
The film was shot in 30 days.
that's insane.
That is
30
insane.
days for a movie is crazy.
Yeah, that's Liz Purr's parents, of course, were portrayed by PJ Soles and William Catt was the other guy's name, who both appeared in Carrie. For the iconic hallway strut scene, Darren Stein, who was the director, I think he wrote it too, wanted to use a cover of "I Think We're Alone Now" by Tiffany. But there was a cover by somebody else. Even though Tiffany's is a cover, it would
But
be a
it's the
cover.
cover of the cover, yeah.
Yeah. But instead used Yoo-Hoo by Imperial Teen,
What
which
a
I will
good
get into that. Let me get into that video because that's
yeah.
crazy later. Um, Obviously, the band playing at the prom is the Donnas. The character of Fern was inspired by Sissy Spacek's role in Carrie. So, the original Carrie. One of Rose McGowan's favorite movies that she's done, and performances of her own, she regards her character of Courtney Shane as a personal favorite of hers. I think she put her heart and soul into this role, and I think she was freaking
Yeah.
amazing, and I bet you she had the time of her freaking life doing this.
I'm not gonna
Doesn't want
lie.
to play the bad bitch, you know?
No,
Doesn't want to play the bad
100%.
guy.
And the confidence that radiates from her in this part is just like, it gives me goosebumps. It's like crazy how bitchy and how confident and how like scary she is in this movie. But every time I think of a movie of Rose McGowan, because obviously everybody knows who she is, but anytime
Yeah.
I anybody has to think of a movie, this is the first one that always pops up.
Right. Yeah. And Rachel Lee Cook auditioned for the part of Julie.
Is
I
that
don't
one
know.
and she told that?
I don't know. I just like Rebecca Gayheart so much.
Yeah.
Missy Pyle auditioned for the role of Courtney. Yeah. Michelle Williams, Joshua Jackson, and Josh Hartnett all auditioned for the movie. Didn't tell me what roles.
Yeah.
And the studio would only greenlight the movie if Kate Winslet, Natalie Portman, or Rose McGowan was the lead.
Okay, I couldn't see any of those other two. I couldn't see Kate Winslet. I definitely could not see Natalie Portman. She's too gentle too.
Oh yeah.
Rose McGowan was the perfect fit for this movie, for sure.
So the old actors, everybody was in their 20s or 30s, and was done on purpose because it was like
An
Grease.
homage, right?
I mean, Rizzo was like 35 playing a high schooler, like it was just like funny. I think yeah. I think the only person that was a teenager was Tatiana Ali. I think she was the only one that actually was in the teens, but everybody else was older, and that was done on purpose to kind of do the grease and the ridiculousness of like, hey, this 35-year-old mom of 7 is gonna play a 18-year-old, like
Literally.
And then lastly, the video. So I gotta tell you. So you've heard the song, obviously the full song before, okay? And you know how there's lots of like there's like that like breathing, and then it's like it's the guy singing, and then it's the girl that says, she said yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
And then there's the rest of the guy, and then there's some like breathing in there, and there's like a in there. So the video is them, the four of them, there's 4 of them in the band, and they pull up in, it's like their car, they have like a flat tire, so they pull up into this like house, this driveway, and they knock on the door. It's Rose McGowan, and she's like dressed up in like kind of like a cute little sexy outfit, and invites them in, and she ends up like tying them up kind of thing. Like the guy's tied on the bed as he's singing, and she's like playing with them like like with feathers and stuff, and everybody else is tied to like a chair, and he'll sing, and I'll cut to the girl, it's like, she said yoo-hoo, and then the other girl does the and it literally shows her going and then the other guy just goes and he's doing this. So they're literally tied to the chair. You got the guy singer, the yoo-hoo girl, and then you just got the and she's literally doing that. That's what she's doing, tied to this chair doing that. And then the other guy's like and it just keeps doing it when they sing the chorus. I'm like, so
What's going on?
I just was like, couldn't even like just all of you go, she said yoo-hoo, or all sing high school, like high school. No. Okay, so that was, and then she ends up stuffing like Jawbreakers in their mouths. And then the one, I think it's the guy, the guy, he goes and he spits it out. It hits Rose McGowan in the head, and it kills her, and she's just like laying dead. And then they all get out. They all get out of their like ties.
What the heck?
And they get in the car with the flat tire, and they just drive away.
I love that. Honestly, love it.
I mean,
I love the 90s.
they're like, okay, Sarah, your part's the okay, George, you're gonna be doing your okay, and then the real singer is, you're gonna be singing she said yoo-hoo, and you're gonna be doing all the other stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, just watch the video just for shits and giggles, because it's like, what? I miss videos so much.
Yeah, they don't have music videos anymore, really.
I loved watching Making the Video. Like, I just loved videos. So I do have some updates on my wall. It came today, so
Yay!
Did win the wall thing. Your dad's still not happy. He's mad that I took your posters down without your permission in your old room from your teenage years.
I was gonna say it's okay. I've had those posters for a while. I will take
I
them though, and I'm gonna put
Yeah,
them in this room, I think.
I took them down
Look at
very
my
carefully.
beautiful walls.
Yeah. I'm like, one, did you see her walls at her house? I said she could use some posters and pictures.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
I already took my all my Legos, and we actually did hang most of them up downstairs. We just still
mhm.
have yet to hang up the Starry Night because it's kind of hard to put everything somewhere because we rent, so we can't paint. So
Yeah,
that's kind of what we have.
sucks. Yeah.
But I'm excited to get some stuff in here though, because we're
Hmm.
gonna make this like a true guest room because we have somebody staying here to watch the puppies when we go on vacation.
Yay.
So
Yes. So it's very colorful. I mean, it's insanely colorful.
I'm so excited. It's
So
gonna look so beautiful with the
I
teal
hope
too.
so.
That
So
color is like the teal is so bright that I
mhm.
think that that's gonna really pop too.
Yeah. So it just hang in there, guys, because when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, who would pick something that bright? Me. So we had another request, and we
Oh
will be doing
yes.
this next week. Okay. We are going to be doing Harry and the Hendersons.
Yes.
Don't lie and say you never saw it if you're a Gen Xer, because you did and you know you loved it. So,
So good.
great. I just adorable. So we're getting back to like a
Good
happy
feel good.
family, feel good. John Lithgow is,
Mm.
I just love him. He's just such a fantastic
He is
actor.
amazing. He's in everything. I
Hmm.
swear to God.
Yeah.
Everything. I love him.
So that's what we will be doing. Um, yeah. Uh, I don't know when Florida Man's coming out because honestly, I'm just lazy and I
She's
mean,
got
I'm
the
just
wall
been
to put
lazy.
up
I mean, you could
though.
tell. I'm supposed to get my
The
hair dyed and it's
wallpaper.
like,
It's fine.
I don't care. I'm too cheap. I'm like, I'm not paying for it
We're getting
until I go
ready
on
for
vacation.
vacation. We're
Yeah.
not vacationing until July, but we're like in
Hmm.
vacation mode kind of already.
Yeah.
So we're just we're vibing, we're taking our sweet time. So,
Yeah.
but obviously our regular episodes will come out normal
Hmm.
time.
Yeah. So Harry and Henderson's, Florida Man one. I got some of it done. I mean,
Yeah.
it just takes me like
And it
three
is the
hours.
last episode,
It is
so
the last two
we
episodes.
we'll put it out.
Yeah. But thank you for everybody who watches every week, who subscribes. Thank you. That helps us. Liking anything, feedback, whatever. We'll take it all. We're
Requests.
butterscotch rewatch on pretty much everything. Facebook, Instagram, yeah, YouTube,
Spotify,
um,
all of that. Anywhere you can really
Spotify.
listen to
Yeah.
your podcast.
Hmm. Apple Podcasts, tell a friend. Maybe we could have like 20 followers.
I would love that. That's gonna be a milestone for us.
I have a movie that is very, very, very rare, and I want to do it, but I don't want to do it until we have 100 subscribers. But it's a very, and if you've seen this movie, I'm not gonna say what it is until
Mhm.
then you and I can be best friends. Well, you and I can be friends. I already have a best friend, but we could be very good friends
Because you
because
can only have one best
I
friend.
can only have one best friend. Yes, it's true. I can only have one best
Uh,
friend. There's
that's
no other.
okay. And she sends eye patches in, so it's
Yes.
okay.
I'm gonna hang up behind me on my colorful.
You
I'm
should
gonna hang
frame
it.
it.
I'm gonna like hang it up behind me. Yeah, on my colorful
Perfect.
wall. It'll probably just like
Blend
fade
in.
in there. But yeah. Yeah, so join us next week for Harry and the Hendersons. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Butterscotch Rewatch. I am Katie, the Gen X mom,
In Ireland, the Gen Z daughter.
and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.